welcome to the class. In the fourth video in the series, An Introduction to IPR, let's talk about trademarks. A trademark, which is popularly known as brand name in layman's language, is a visual symbol which may be a word, a signature, a name, device, label, numerals, symbols, 3D marks, slogans, sounds, or shapes, packaging of colors, or anything which will distinguish one particular goods or services or other articles of commerce from other similar goods, services or articles originated from a different undertaking. Okay, so all these pictures will clearly indicate what is a trademark and what can be a trademark, isn't it? Now let's look into the law of trademark. The law relating to trademarks is governed by the Trademarks Act 1999, which was amended in 2010 in India. Okay, and according to the law, a trademark is a badge or a marketing tool used by one undertaking so that its products, services and articles will be distinguished from those of others. Okay, and therefore a trademark must be something which is easy to pronounce. It must be distinctive in character. It must be descriptive. That means it must describe the characteristics or the quality or the standard of the product which it represents. And while selecting a trademark, we should be careful that it should not be something which is prohibited by the law of the land. Okay, now let's see. What are the functions of a trademark? The first, maybe the foremost function of a trademark is to help in identifying a product. Say for example, if you are buying a Mary biscuit, the trademark identifies you. Trademarks helps you to identify the product. Okay, yeah. Similar function is given to all trademarks as far as the goods, articles or services are concerned. Now, the trademark guarantees the quality of the product, isn't it? We are buying a particular brand because we know about the quality which it guarantees. Yeah. Then the trademark advertises the product. These are the main functions of a trademark, and it also plays one more very important function, that is it protects the public. How does it protect the public? It helps the public in identifying the product of quality. So you have used a product and you know the quality of the product. Next time you can identify the product through its trademark, isn't it? Yes. So functions are to help in identifying, guaranteeing the quality, advertising the product and protecting the public. Okay, now let's see. There are various kinds of trademarks. Service marks. Service marks are used by particular services. They help in identifying the source of service and not the product. Okay. For example, hospitality, healthcare, insurance, travel services, etc. So service marks enables a consumer to distinguish between different services. Now, collective marks. A collective mark may be owned by an association or a group. Members may use the collective mark provided they comply with the set criteria established by the association. For example, Chartered Accountants Association, they have a collective mark. Management Accountants Association, they have a collective mark. Advocates Association, they have a collective mark. Similar one. Okay, yeah. Now next, certification marks. A certificate trademark is one which guarantee and indicate that the goods to which it is applied are of a certain quality or are manufactured in a particular way. Okay, rather the certification marks will guarantee the quality and the standard of the product. For example, AG mark, ISI mark, BSI mark. Okay, yeah, you have heard about these marks. Yeah, so when you buy a product with these mark, it ensures quality. Now, image mark. They are really interesting. This mark is given provided the architectural design is that of a building owned by an individual or a company. For example, Taj Mahal Palace Hotel at Mumbai. You all have heard. Yeah. It has been granted image trademark or architectural design. Okay. But in such cases, the building should be recognizable by many people. The building should represent a brand that associates a product or service to the source. Okay. Now the last one, sound mark. Trademark Rules 2017 has introduced the facility for registration of a sound mark. The mark will be required to be submitted in MP3 format along with graphical representation of the sound notation. One famous sound mark I can tell you is that of Yahoo. You have heard it when you open Yahoo, isn't it? Yeah. Now, there are certain marks which cannot be registered. Let's see. A mark which is not distinguishable from that of an already existing trademark, or something which is deceivable. Say for example, Amul has a trademark. You are making a trademark which the public might get confused. Yeah, that is deception, not allowed. It has become customary in the current language. Cannot be registered as a trademark. Which is scandalous, not allowed. It is prohibited by law. Emblems Act says that there are certain marks which cannot be registered. Say for example, the Ashoka Stambh in Indian flag, that cannot be a trademark. Yeah. Words or shapes which are commonly used cannot be a trademark. A generic term cannot be a trademark. Say for example, paracetamol is a generic term. You can make a product which is basically paracetamol, but you have to name it in any other form. Okay, you have to give another name, which the product is paracetamol, but you can name it Vicoril, isn't it? Yes. Okay, but at the same time, registration of trademark is not compulsory in India. That means you can have a trademark without registering it. You can use it, and as years pass by and continuously if you use it, it will get the status of a trademark because consumers or customers will attach that trademark with the quality or the standard which you provide through the product or service, and later it gets the standard of a trademark. Not compulsory to register your trademark. Now let's see, if at all you want to register, how to register. Let's see, there is a procedure for registration. You have to file an application with the Registrar of Trademarks. The Registrar of Trademark will conduct an examination. Yes, the officer has to be convinced that it is not a mark which cannot be registered. Then it will be advertised in the trademark journal so that public can oppose registration of the trademark. Objections can be filed within 3 months from the date of the advertisement in the journal. Okay, now if there is no objection or the objections are not valid, that particular trademark will be registered. Okay, so you are granted registration, and the registration of trademark is valid for next 10 years. After 10 years, it will get expired. If you want to use the trademark again, continue to use the trademark, you will have to pay a renewal fee, and then you can use it for next 10 years. Okay, after every 10 years, you will have to pay a registration fee if your trademark is registered. As I told you, registration is not compulsory, and if you are taking the risk of not registering a trademark, the advantage is that after using it for some years of time, after getting your trademark registered in the minds of the customers, you will get the status, it will get the status of a trademark, and you need not pay the renewal fee. Okay, yeah. Now, as far as a registered trademark is concerned, there is something called infringement. So, as I told you, all intellectual property rights are rights of exclusivity, and therefore no one should infringe your right. When you have the trademark right, no one should infringe your right. What is infringement? Let's see. Using the same or similar mark by any other person is an infringement. Using the same or similar mark not as a product, not as goods or services, but as a firm name or as a company name is also infringement of trademark. Okay. Now, using the mark in advertising, exporting or importing is also a trademark infringement. Even though your mark is registered with a particular goods or a particular category of goods, using the trademark for some other class of goods or other services or part of the name of another company which is not at all producing similar goods will also be considered as trademark infringement. And the last one is that any unauthorized oral use of the trademark need not be in writing. Oral use of the trademark will also be considered as trademark infringement under the Act, provided it is a registered trademark. Okay, so anything can be a trademark infringement, and if somebody infringes my trademark rights, what I can do? I can approach the civil court or a criminal court. Both options I have. Okay, in the civil court I can claim compensation. In criminal court I can plead that the party who is infringing my right should be punished. Okay, now let's see. Passing off. As I told you, registration of a trademark is not compulsory. Yeah. So if you have an unregistered trademark and since you are using it for years, it got the status of a trademark, or rather customers or consumers identify your product through the trademark, people can infringe your right, isn't it? Since yours is an unregistered trademark, such infringements will not be considered as a trademark infringement, but definitely it will constitute an offense called passing off. Okay, passing off is basically a tort, an offense of tort, which is a civil wrong. And therefore, in case if anyone invades into your property right, passing off is considered as an invasion to the property right of the owner of an unregistered trademark. And in order to prove trademark, or in order to prove passing off, you need to have these elements. That means somebody else is misrepresenting their product as yours, thereby trying to sell their product in your name. Okay, there is a misrepresentation, thereby the public is misled. Secondly, that misrepresentation is affecting your reputation because you have established a reputation about the standard or the quality of the goods or services. Somebody else is selling low quality product and thereby it is affecting your reputation. The third element is that such activity of misrepresentation and misleading is causing you loss. Okay, if these three elements are present, you can file a suit in a civil court against passing off of your unregistered trademark. Okay, I hope you got the basics of trademarks. We will see in another video with the next topic. Till then, bye.